7 signs you are becoming a photographer. We all have to start somewhere, and as you reach each of the following points, you will be one step closer to being recognized by your friends and peers as a person that understands the art of photography. Today we want to have a little tongue-in-cheek look at ways that define you as a photographer. Depth of field. If you don't know depth of field, you don't know photography. Newcomers to photographer rarely know their aperture from their shutter speeds, but discovering the magic of the aperture ring, or more often these days dial, reveals an entire new world of out-of-focus backgrounds and opens the doors to the nirvana of bokeh. Bokeh. In the days of film, bokeh was a word whispered by learned men in the corner of the camera club hall. In its simplest terms, it's a word that describes the quality of the out-of-focus part of an images. The temperature of light. Today we know it as white balance, but in the dim and distant past, it was the strange number written on the side of film boxes that determined whether your prints were going to look okay or come out all blue. A sunny day at midday is generally reckoned to be about 500 K. An overcast day can be up to 8,000 K, or very blue, and a tungsten bulb around 3,200 K, or very red. Pixel peeping. This term for the digital age describes the act of analyzing your images at a pixel level to determine whether your images are sharp, have no chromatic aberration, color casts, or blown highlights. Pixel peepers most commonly frequent photography forums, where rather than discuss the atheistic qualities of an image, they belittle other people's proud efforts. Hand holding your camera. This is a classic sign of an up-and-coming photographer, when he or she no longer makes use of the camera's strap, opting rather to hold the camera in the hand. Manually focusing. Let's face it, most of us would be lost without autofocus. It is so good these days we barely have to think about it. However, it wasn't always like this. Before autofocus, most of us had to squint at focusing screens to see if the split circles were perfectly aligned. These days, focusing screens are much better, and the split circles have gone, yet there is no better way to get the perfect sharp image than by switching off the autofocus and turning the front of your lens around. Buying a tripod. They are heavy and cumbersome, but if you really want to call yourself a photographer, you will need to own one. Of course, the other thing is actually knowing when to A, take it with you, or B, actually use it. Take it with you, or B, actually use it. Buy a good tripod, and it will probably long outlast your current camera, but be aware, even the latest lightweight carbon fiber tripod will gain a kilo for every hour you carry it.